everyone, it's Shalia. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to walk through how to find all three of the Jewels of Time. I'll walk you through all the puzzles in the Cave of Wonders so you can easily pass through the vault and find the third jewel, and then we'll finish out Act 1 of 3 in Disney Dreamlight Valley's A Rift in Time expansion. Before we get right into the walkthrough, there are some quests you will have to complete first. To find the first jewel, you must first gain access to the secluded beach off to the right of the bridge in the courtyard, which is the first task in the Sands in the Hourglass quest with Jafar, which you'll also need to complete before you can gain access to the Glittering Dunes and Wild Tangle. If you haven't finished Jafar's The Flying Metal Nuisance quest, go ahead and watch that tutorial first and then come back and watch this video. There is a card up in the corner for you. Once you finish the Flying Metal Nuisance quest and talk to Jafar at the hologram station, the Sands in the Hourglass quest will begin and Jafar will upgrade your hourglass so you can now remove small swirling sands. Go over to the hallway that leads to the secluded beach and remove the swirling sands that block your way. Travel down the hallway to the secluded beach, and once you are there, you'll need to talk to Jafar again. Complete a few tasks and search for relics around the Ancient's Landing to repair the first statue. Once you've completed all the tasks, repair the statue arms at the time bending table, and place the arms back on the statue, you'll now receive the first jewel, which will make your hourglass strong enough to repair the bridge in the courtyard and unlock the Glittering Dunes and the Wild Tangle. Now that you have access to the new biomes, you will need to go find Rapunzel and talk to her. I had already talked to her, but I didn't actually start her The Ancient Door quest yet. But once you talk to her, remove the gray floating rocks in front of the Ancient Door. Once removed, pick up the shiny object that fell out of the rocks and then talk to Rapunzel again. She's going to tell you that the shiny object is the core of the sun, but is missing some pieces. She'll then tell you that you need to find pieces of the sun core to open the Ancient Door. You'll need to break 3 gray rocks around Eternity Isle until you find all 3 sun core pieces. I found all 3 in the plains in the Glittering Dunes, although she did say to check the docks as well. I didn't have to go any further than the plains to find all of them. That might be different for you. Once you've found all 3 pieces of the sun core, head over to the crafting station and rebuild it. Once rebuilt, go back to the waterfall in the grasslands and interact with the Ancient Door. This action will unlock the door and you can now pass through to the other side, which ends the Ancient Door quest. Once you pass through, you'll need to talk to Rapunzel before you walk down to the Sundial and then meet her at the Sundial. This will start the Sundial quest. This area, by the way, is so amazing. When you walk down to the Sundial, you'll notice a floating sun core. Chase that down, and the best way to catch it is to cut it off from the side or front and then interact with the Sundial mechanism. It's the lever that looks like the sun, and then place the floating sun core in it. Go talk to Rapunzel again, and she'll let you know that you now have to find 10 golden floating sundial gears around the isle because the sundial mechanism isn't working right because the gears have been removed. Now, finding these gears can be a bit challenging as some are stationary, and of course those are the easy ones, and some make you chase them. It's similar to how we just had to chase down the floating sun core. The only difference is the floating sun core couldn't really go anywhere but around the sundial. The flying gears aren't confined to an area at all. They can be anywhere on the isle. I had the first one tease me a little bit while I was just standing still, but they do move fast, so you have to run as soon as you see it. I found that it's helpful to be well fed when trying to catch them. If you can determine their direction and then run straight into them, I think this method works the best. If nothing else, use your sprint button to at least catch up to them. I found 3 in the grasslands, 2 in the plains, 1 in the courtyard, 3 in the docks, and then the last one respawned in the grasslands. So ultimately I found 4 in the grassland, but that last one was flying, so it could have always been in the Wild Tangle and I just didn't see it before. I'm not really sure. I actually found 5 of each, so I found 5 stationary and 5 flying gears. And once you've finally found all 10 gears, go back and give all the sundial parts to Rapunzel and she'll fix the sundial mechanism. Once she repairs it, you can now interact with the sundial. Once you do, a walkway will appear allowing you access to the second statue. However, once you get there, you'll discover the second Jewel of Time is missing and Rapunzel suggests that Mother must have stolen it. Of course, Mother did. Once you're done talking to Rapunzel at the statue, the sundial quest will end and the tower quest will begin. Of course, in order to complete the tower quest, you must unlock the grove for 4,000 mist. Make sure you have that done. Once you've unlocked the grove, follow Rapunzel to the tower and talk to her. At this point, you'll have to dig up 3 vine seeds in the plains near the oasis so you can grow vines to climb up and gain access to the tower. I found 1 in the plains close to the entrance to the oasis where Gaston's camp is, and I found 1 between the stairs to the oasis and the entrance to Gaston's camp along the rocks like it was on a corner. And then I found the last one near the stairs to the oasis. They were all pretty easy to find as you can pretty much tell what they they are when you see them. Once you've found all 3 vine seeds, go back to Rapunzel's tower and talk to her. Remove the swirling sands in front of the tower and then plant all 3 vine seeds in the planter in front of the door. All you have to do is interact with it. You do not need any tools. And once planted, you'll gain access to the tower. Once inside, talk to Rapunzel. The actual goal here is to remove all the swirling sands to reach Mother Gothel's chest to find Rapunzel's paints. Once you've removed all the swirling sands, open Mother Gothel's chest, then talk to Rapunzel again. And now she's mad as heck, and she's going to give her mother a piece of her mind at this point. And when she does that, the giant swirls will suddenly disappear because you've noticed that you cannot do anything with those swirls at this point. She has to get mad and then they disappear. Now you need to talk to Rapunzel again, and then you can interact with the pile of sand on the floor to find the second jewel of time. You can just finish out this quest as you do not need to do anything with the second jewel. It just does its thing when you find it. Now the real fun begins. Let's find that third statue and get that last jewel. This quest is a little trickier and you need to have found both Scarab halves and unlock the Cave of Wonders first. I have a full tutorial on how to do this, and I'll put a card up in the corner so you can check that out if you need to catch up. Once you've unlocked the Cave of Wonders, which is part of the Diamond in the Rough quest with Gaston, enter the vault and talk to Jafar at the hologram station. It is good to note that if you need a hint during any of the mini games inside the cave, you can always go back and talk to Jafar at any of the hologram stations in the vault and he will give you hints on how to complete them. I only asked him once at the beginning just to get an idea of what I was expected to do, because I kind of wanted something because they don't really tell you much. But the object of the first mini game is to open the gate and venture further into the vault. So let's walk through this first mini game. After talking to Jafar, look between the locked door and the entry of the cave and remove the splinters of fate that block another cave entrance, and then once you enter, you'll have to remove the next splinters of fate blocking your path. Once you remove those, you'll find a light interrupter and a power coil. Place the coil in the light interrupter right behind where you just found that power coil. Then go back to the main cave area and go over to the mechanism behind Jafar's hologram station and put the lever in the down position and the gate will open. Go through the gate. You'll need to activate 2 light interrupters here and you will find 3 rooms or caves to explore in this one area. Remove the splinters of fate blocking your path to the first room, and as you look to the right, you can see that one of the coils is missing from the light interrupter. Until you find the missing coil, there is nothing more to do in this room. However, there is a chest hiding in the corner on the left that you can grab now. Now we're going to go to the next room, which I'm calling room 2, which is to the left of the locked gate, and we're going to remove the splinters of fate on the left side on the path to the right. There are 2 paths here, and turn the lever to the down position on the mechanism you find there. On the way back out of this small area, turn the lever to the down position on the mechanism that is right in front of you. Now you're going to turn around and you're going to go up the path to the left of the path you just came out of. Remove the splinters of fate and grab the ancient mirror. As you head towards the exit of room 2, which will take you back to the main area, put the ancient mirror on the wall in the empty space. Once you've done this, exit room 2 and head over to room 3, which is to the right of the lock gate. You'll be greeted with another puzzle. You'll need to connect all the lights on the floor to charge the power coil in the center of the room. So we're going to start by turning the white dials on the floor. Turn the first dial on the left once. Then you're going to turn the second dial on the same side as that first dial twice. Turn the third dial once. That's the one closest to the actual charged power coil. Turn the fourth dial twice, which is on the right side straight across from the first one we turned. Turn the fifth dial 3 times. This one is on the same side as the fourth dial. Now the power coil is 100% charged. Go ahead and grab the coil and go back to the original room in this area and place the power coil in the light interrupter to the right of the power room. I'm calling it the power room or the charging room, which is room 3. Then go down the steps or ramp by that same light interrupter that you just repaired and turn the lever to the up position. This will now unlock the next gate so you can explore deeper into the cave. Go through the next gate and follow the long underground pathway to the extremely long stairway. At the top of the stairway, you will find the last statue. Interact with it and you will get the power from the last jewel of time. This happens automatically when you interact with the statue, just like the jewel in Rapunzel's tower. You do not need to do anything else with it. At this point, it'll tell you to leave the vault. But before you leave the vault, make sure you've collected all the treasures, and you can come back later to do this as well. You don't have to do it now, but there are a couple treasures you want to find. So that first one where I showed you where the chest was, and then in that charging room, or the power room as I called it, you will have to remove the large stalagmites, and right at the exit to the statue room, there are 2 large evil plants to be removed, and you'll find treasures there as well. Now, if you haven't upgraded your watering can and your pickaxe, you will have to do that before you can remove these. But like I said, you can come back and do that later. Once you exit the cave, talk to Gaston to complete the Diamond in the Rough quest, and he'll give you Coconut LeFou. I mean, it's an odd gift, but all right, whatever, I'll take it. And then to finally complete the Your Eternal Reward quest, go talk to Jafar at a hologram station. After you talk to him, if you haven't already, you'll need to unlock the Borderlands for 10,000 mist. Once you unlock the Borderlands, head to the palace and interact with the time anomaly, aka the floating rocks, in the front of the doors to Jafar's palace. Now, Jafar has been set free and will show his true colors to our character. He'll tell you about the spark of imagination hidden deep beneath the island, and then talks about taking revenge on Aladdin. And I'm really hoping we see this in Act 2 in the spring, and that we don't have to wait until Act 3 to find out what it is. He'll then try to steal the hourglass, and when that plan fails, he locks himself in the palace. Now you just need to go talk to Merlin about the spark of imagination to complete your Eternal Reward quest, and that would conclude Act 1. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, go ahead and click on the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!